So I remember the first time I used ClickFunnels a few years ago, I was told it was this drag and drop builder, and to be quite honest, it felt like I was sold a lie. As a novice, as someone just starting out with it, I clicked around for hours and hours with frustration. Then I ended up spending the next few days, not a few hours, but literally pretty much an entire week on YouTube, desperately trying to figure out how to use this software. And after a few months, I could say that I had a intermediate understanding of how to use ClickFunnels. Well, I'm here today to break things into little building blocks, piece them back together, so by the end of this video, you will go from 0 to hero with ClickFunnels. And a lot of the other tutorials out there literally go on for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I've sat through those. I want to respect your time and keep this as short as possible without missing any detail or nuance. And if you're on this video, I probably don't already need to tell you, but I owe so much credit to ClickFunnels. And if you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am and you're wondering who the hell is this guy and what right does he have to teach me about ClickFunnels? Well, I've personally used ClickFunnels to build my own multi-7-figure webinar funnel. I've built 7 and multi-7-figure webinar funnels for clients of my advertising agency. I've used ClickFunnels to build out case study funnels that have landed my agency high 4-figure, even 5-figure a month retainers. And I've even used ClickFunnels in the past when I've been hiring for my agency or my education company. I've used it for announcements. I've used it for surveys. I've built pretty much every single kind of funnel you could imagine. And as I said, I'm giving this entirely to you for free. All you have to do is go ahead and smash that like button, because all I can say is thank God you didn't pay for this information. I'm here to give it to you for free. Now, let's go ahead and hop over on my computer. I'll be doing most of the teaching on there, and then I'll refer back to you when I want to make a bit of a longer point. So let's get into it. Now, first things first is you actually need a ClickFunnels account. ClickFunnels gives you a 14-day free trial, 2 entire free weeks before you even get billed, which is incredible. That said, once again, I'm so grateful for ClickFunnels. I mean, it's helped me build my businesses to where it is now, producing multi-7 figures a year. They actually went ahead and created some free gifts for you guys. So if you use my link, all you have to do is go to growyouragency.com/ClickFunnelsGifts. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave that top line of the description. You go here, you claim your free bonuses. All you have to do, as you normally would, is sign up to ClickFunnels, sign up to the 14-day free trial. At the end of the 14-day free trial, obviously you'll become a paying customer. Now, once you do that, you are eligible to these 2 free bonuses right here. You can see the 6 figures in 6 months mini course and then mastermind meetup event sales page that earned me over 10,000. Actually, at this point, it's earned me over $250,000. And this is a sales page for a offline mastermind that I host. So as I said, ClickFunnels gives you a 2-week free trial, which is incredible, amazing. And either you can go for this or at literally no extra charge. All you have to do is click on the link in the description, click this button right here, use my affiliate link, and my team here at growyouragency.com will send you out these free gifts, entirely free on us. So once you get inside of ClickFunnels and you actually have an account, just look, my best recommendation is look around, have a feel, open up the funnel portion, open up the build a funnel portion. You're going to see right here, you've got the cookbook builder process or you've got the classic funnel builder. My best recommendation is for the first hour or two, just kind of look around. Some of these features like Backpack and Actionetics, which is their in-house sort of email provider, is only available once you have the full suite. For most people, to be honest, you don't need that. For some people, for example, like myself, who runs an education company and an agency with a lot of traffic, that's needed. But apart from sort of the first setting up, moving your stuff around, I want to get to, if I was about to start my ClickFunnels account from scratch, what would I do? So first thing I do is go top right here and just go add new domain. Now, this is a relatively new feature from ClickFunnels. They'll actually register your domain for you so they can provide that service. So if you already have a domain and you may have a domain for your agency, your coaching business, your e-commerce business, whatever you're using, you may already have a domain and then you just add an existing domain, or you may not have a domain, and now ClickFunnels actually offers that to you as an option. So we're just gonna assume, and if you want to register a domain, super simple, you just pop in your domain right there. But we're going to assume that you already have a domain. So you're going to go use an existing domain. So you're going to type in here, for example, I might type in, although I've already added this, I believe, growyouragency.com, which is my education company. So you can see right here, what you're going to do is, in order for your custom domain to work, you'll need to log into where you bought your domain and add a CNAME record. So what you need to do is you need to add a CNAME record to wherever you purchase that domain from. And you can see detailed instructions right here. So they give you a bunch of options. So, really the most common places people buy a domain from is name, or at least I found, is Namecheap, GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Bluehost. Really whatever you have, they've got it. And if you don't see your domain registered, then once again, they have a full instructional video for there. I'm not going to go too far into that because once again, everyone has a different domain provider. But assuming you've done that step, you move forward to the next one. Well, assuming that you've done that right, then you should be connected and should be ready to use. So if we go back here, you can see right here, it says unverified because obviously I haven't gone ahead and done that as of yet. But if you'd done that, then you would show secured, and it would say domain is secured with SSL. And that's very, very important. Okay. So now that you've set up your domain, it is important to set up your email integrations because you should be collecting emails. Once again, if you are an agency owner, an e-commerce business, or a coaching business, whatever it is, you should have your email system, whether that's ActiveCampaign, whether that's Drip, whether that's Infusionsoft, whatever you use for your emails, you should have that set up with ClickFunnels. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you go right here, account settings, and you go on the left side, setup integrations, and there's a bunch of different integrations. There's like webinar stuff with EverWebinar, there's messaging stuff, there's SMS stuff, as you can see right here, but we're gonna go email. Okay, we're gonna go email, and once again, just pop in your email provider, MailChimp, Aweber, ConvertKit, Drip, GetResponse. I've used 5 or 6 of these in the past. But let's just go ahead and say that yours is MailChimp, for example. So you just come here and all you do is integration nickname. Here you would just put MailChimp, right? Or you could just call it email integration or whatever you want. This is literally just a nickname for you. All you do is you grab your API key. So this is something you'll grab within MailChimp. And the beautiful thing with ClickFunnels is if you need any help, super easy. You just come here and you just look up integration stuff. So let's just say I want MailChimp, right? Integrating with MailChimp. It's super easy, their system. And this will show you exactly step by step how to find your API key, because there's certain variables that are constant no matter what you do, like the setup process for your integration or your domain setup. There's certain things that are constant throughout. Like for example, with email, you have to get your API key. It's just different in different places. Like for example, retrieving your MailChimp API key is different than finding it on ActiveCampaign, for example. Give it a nickname, pop in your API key, and it really is that simple. Now you've set up, and as you can see, I used to use GetResponse. I've got a couple things set up here: EverWebinar, ActiveCampaign, and Infusionsoft. These are the 2 that I use day to day for both my education company and my agency. So in the space of minutes, you literally did what took me hours to do when I first got ClickFunnels, which was like figure out how to find like my API key and integrate my email. And for some of you guys watching this, you might think that's so basic and simple. And for me right now, teaching this to you guys, it feels very basic and simple. But I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out a concept here, which is that what is obvious to you is amazing to others. And I know there's a large majority of you guys watching this that just having that broken down so simply and just knocking those 2 things out, which is so important. The amount of times that I've seen someone have for example, emangaji.clickfunnels.com, and it just looks so unprofessional if you're running ads to a .clickfunnels.com, which is what you get out of the box. Out of the box with ClickFunnels, let's say your name is just John David, right? You're gonna get a johndavid.clickfunnels.com. That's very unprofessional. And as I said, when you're running ads, any sort of subdomain stuff, you're gonna have a tough time with Facebook as well as Google if you're running Google ads. So just even having your domain set up that quick and having your email integration done within minutes, there we go. We can move on to the next step. And this is kind of the exciting bit. You can poke around through the settings, but the 2 main ones are integrating your domain and email, and then we'll get into integrating your payment system a little later down the line in this video. But now let's do something exciting and let's start building some funnels. So when you go ahead and you build a funnel, you have 2 options. You can go for the classic funnel builder or you go for the cookbook builder process. And if you're new, I recommend opening up the cookbook. Okay. Here, you select a funnel type, okay? You might have a webinar funnel, right? So you're creating a automated webinar. You recorded the webinar once, and then it's, you know, it's a free training, it's a free masterclass, etc., etc. Or here you may have a lead magnet funnel. For example, maybe you might have a free cheat sheet or a free ebook that you're giving to people in return for their email, and then that takes them further down the funnel, and eventually maybe they might buy something. Here you've got an application funnel, you know, very, very useful if you're trying to find a contractor, have people apply to work with you through an application funnel. Webinar funnel, once again, this is a webinar funnel, except this is different from auto webinar. This is if you're doing it live. You've got a product launch funnel, so you know, you might do a 7-day or 14-day lead up to your product launch. I mean, there's just 101 sort of different funnels. Beautiful one here, a traditional website that pushes people into your core funnels. Homepage funnel. You know, you might want to have, and I'm actually going to use this as a demonstration. You know, you might want to have some sort of a homepage, right? And here with ClickFunnels, you've got paid versions as well. I really recommend you stay away from those, just because the free ones are so good, and you have the ability to change them so much, and you know, you could build a funnel from scratch, and you know, there's so many different things you can do with it. But let's just say, for example, I'm not gonna go for a homepage funnel. Actually, I want to choose let's do a fun one. Maybe let's do lead magnet funnel. So let's choose a little lead magnet. Let's find something we're gonna give them for free in return for their email. And out of these, I am liking the look of. Not a fan of the colors here, but we'll still go for this one. Okay, you click that. And once again, you can kind of see this is the number one, the lead magnet, and then this is the thank you page. Very, very, you know, it really is as simple as that. And all you do is you press get funnel, and now this is going to be ported straight into your ClickFunnels. By the way, also, remember what I was talking about with the domains? emangadget.clickfunnels.com. This is kind of what happens out the box. Unless you press here, you go to settings, and this is one of the first things I recommend you do. Once you start a new funnel, come here, you tag it, you know, you put the group tag, you put the name. So I might go YouTube test funnel. And then here, you're gonna go domain, and you're gonna go, I'll just say emangadget.com, right? And we go here, save and update settings. And then now when we go back to this funnel, you can see this is now https www.eman-gadget.com lead mag. Now this is really, really ugly, and we're gonna want to change this, and I'm gonna show you how to do this in just a second. But first things first, I want to open up the funnel builder and just run you through the different elements and stuff like that. Now the first thing you should do once you open up a new funnel is you should go to settings right here. And remember how I told you we should have integrations? Now you see right here how someone's putting in their email. At the moment, if you don't set up the integration, this will do nothing. This will not go to your email. When someone puts in their email here and they submit the page, nothing's gonna happen. The email is just gonna be lost. So you go to integrations, you pick your integration. For example, I might choose ActiveCampaign, and I won't show you any further than that in terms of my agency lead lists and stuff like that. But you put that, you select an action, add to list, and I like to go add to list with tag. And once again, this all depends on your email provider. And then there we go, and boom, the integration is set up. Next thing I recommend you do is go SEO metadata. And for here, let's just say I'm actually making a cheat sheet that I'm giving away for free for ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels free cheat sheet by Eman Gadget. So this is going to be the title. And here, you put a description, an entire free 90 page cheat sheet to take you from 0 to hero with your ClickFunnels knowledge. Here you're gonna put your keywords, your SEO keywords, author, your name, and then if you want a favicon, you want a social image, which is this thing that comes up here, you can put that here. So this is how this would show up on SEO. ClickFunnels free cheat sheet by Eman Gadget, an entire free 90-page cheat sheet to take you from 0 to hero with your ClickFunnels launch. Okay, so that's all done there, and that's been saved. Next thing is tracking code. There's different softwares. Let's say you're using a webinar or something and you want to track certain pages, you can do that. If you are wanting to use a Google Tag Manager or a Facebook Pixel or anything like that, I recommend you do it at the funnel level, which I'll show you in just a second. I hope that doesn't confuse you. I wouldn't recommend you do it page by page, because What that means is you would have to put the Facebook pixel on every specific page when you can just put on the funnel. And even if you have like 30 steps in the funnel, it doesn't matter. The Facebook pixel or the tracking pixel, whatever platform you're using, will reflect on every single page. So that is that. And then custom CSS, you can add, basically this is like, if you're if you're a developer or anything like that, you can add custom CSS on here. You can also do that by like opening up a new element. I've done it before where we have custom HTML. So this is like custom JavaScript HTML. This just basically gives you added functionality. Like you can basically, the sky's the limit with that. Background here, so you get to choose the background image. You can have a background video as well. You can have a background image or color. I'll leave that as black. Typography, so you can choose the content font, the headline font, the different color schemes. I'm always a fan of Montserrat / Roboto. Let's see, where does that change to? Oh yeah, so you can see those two change there, and you can see that change if I change it to Roboto and Montserrat. Let's see, general here, you can go to on submit, go to. So when it submits the page, it'll you can decide where it actually goes. Digital asset, if there's any sort of digital asset you're providing. Affiliate badge, I always recommend you turn this off, hide. What that actually does is that removes the thing that says this page was made with ClickFunnels or this was made with ClickFunnels. Like no one really wants that. So what I want to do first is I want to tell you the difference between a section, a row, and an element. So a section is this green thing right here. You can see there's one section, here's 2 section, 3 section, and I think 4 section, and that's it. A section, the way I describe a section is it's a section is maybe a chapter in a book. A row is maybe a page in a book, and the way a page is structured. Like for example, a chapter of a book is the main theme of that part of the book, right? Let's say the book is the web page. The chapter, the section is the chapter, which is kind of the overarching theme of that part. And then the row is a page, and the way that a page is laid out within a chapter, and then an element is basically a line within that chapter. Right, and within that page. So I hope that kind of makes sense. That was totally off the cuff. But you can see right here, these green things, those are the sections. So for example, this section right here, I feel as though I don't actually really need. There's no use for that. So I can delete that right here. You can move sections about. So you can see now these two are inverted. I'm going to go ahead and bring this back up to the top. Awesome. And a row right here, you can see the row are these blue things right here. These blue things right here. So you can see there's one row right there. And then you can see here, this is split up into 2. And the reason that is because this is when you go here and you go add row, you got up to 6 different columns. And that's basically, you can see right here in a row, how many it's divided into. This is a 2-column row. So you can see right here, if I go add new row and go 6 columns, you can see how many it's divided into. So for example, let's say you had testimonials and you want to put testimonials all lined up next to each other. That's how you would do that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And the next thing is element. An element are these orange things right here. An element is really where the versatility comes in. So when you go ahead and you add a new element, I'm going to run you through it. You've got a headline, subheadline, paragraph, and bullet list. This should all be pretty self-explanatory. You've got an image, once again, self-explanatory. You've got an image pop-up. So this will be an image that at some point you decide how many seconds or after what action it'll actually pop up. It won't initially show up when you first go on the website. Next thing is video, once again, self-explanatory. Video pop-up, it's kind of same concept as image pop-up. You've got audio player, you've got just a button, and when you add these elements, you can also do a bunch of stuff with it. You can have different themes, the different ways of arranging it. The button can actually do a bunch of different things. So the button could submit a form, it could open a pop-up, it could go to a different website URL, Facebook opt-in, it go to the next step in funnel. So yeah, that is pretty much a button, pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. The next thing is Facebook opt-in, input, select box, text area, checkbox, headline. And this all falls under the form aspect. So this is where you're taking information and you're sending it elsewhere. You've got some advanced forms, SMS, sign up, billing address, shipping address, survey. You've got countdowns, countdown, minute timer, day timer, some content blocks. So you could have icons, navigation, frequently asked questions, progress bar. You can just have a divider, which is just for aesthetic purposes. Image list, you could have a pricing table. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a new row here just to give you guys an example and give you guys some a little bit of space. So for example, we can have a pricing table, and you can also go into advanced and you can see You can add different things, whether it's flat, you can add a shadow. You could have a little subtle shadow on this. You can't really see that because obviously the background is black. You could have a border. There's just tons of different things that you can do. And let's try corners here. You can see the corners kind of cave in here as we add more points. You can add different animations, so you can actually only include this after a certain point, okay? So yeah, that is a pricing table. If we keep going, we've got things such as social share, privacy notice, Facebook comments. So you can actually add Facebook comments onto a post here. Once again, I've already mentioned custom HTML and JavaScript. You know, once again, if you're selling products, boom, easy. You collect all their information here, right? So you've got all their information as such, add new element, and then you can go shipping. So that was billing address, shipping address, similar sort of thing. Now, one thing that I need to make clear is depending on what funnel you've chosen. Now I've chosen here, this is a lead generation funnel. So ClickFunnels knows that I've chosen a lead generation funnel. So it doesn't have any of the payment stuff that would normally have, for example, on an order form. Okay. Now I'm actually going to show you guys how to set up an order form and how to do all that jazz in just a bit. But that is something to keep in mind here. So remember, green is section, which is probably horrible analogy, but it's a chapter of a book. It's the overall arching theme of that part of this web page. Then you've got your rows right here, which is a page of a book, which is the way a certain page is formatted within a chapter. And then you've got your elements, which is just kind of the different lines of the book, okay, and the actual content of it. So probably a terrible analogy, but nonetheless, I hope that makes sense. If someone wants to go ahead and drop a better analogy in the comments section, go ahead and feel free to do that. Now, one thing I want to do, and this is actually a ninja hack, I say it's a ninja hack, it's just something I see most people make mistakes, and I'm talking experienced marketers at this point, is making sure that all paths align. So for example, if I want to call this thing emangadji.com / YouTube ClickFunnels test, right? What I need to do, most people here will go and put the path here, YouTube ClickFunnels test, right? You can see that right there, save and update settings. And they think, okay, awesome, I've done it within the funnel, it should be fine now. Well, no, because once you click here, you can see it still says lead magnet, even though that's not at all. And the reason it says lead magnet is because this is the name of the funnel step, when that's not at all what I want it to. So now what they might do is they might go to the actual, because this is the settings for the funnel, okay? And once again, there's different breakdowns. So this is the funnel settings, the entire funnel settings. Then if we go to steps, the funnel steps, you've got separate settings for the funnel steps, each step of the funnel. So now you might come here in publishing and go, okay, all right, awesome, I'm going to change it here. The path is going to be YouTube ClickFunnels test. And it shows that it's going to be YouTube ClickFunnels test, but you click here, and once again, it just goes back to lead magnet. And the reason that is because you need to, there's the total funnel settings, there's the funnel step settings, and then there's actually the page settings. So what you have to do right here is you have to go edit page split test, and the path here, you have to go YouTube ClickFunnels test, okay? And sometimes it takes a little while to load, but if all goes well, this should actually load as YouTube ClickFunnels test. Now, it's showing 36 number, and we can go back and we can change that inside of here. Sometimes it adds additional numbers. I'm not entirely sure why, so I'm just gonna put YouTube ClickFunnels test 1. And if we go back here, it should have updated. Yeah, you can see YouTube ClickFunnels test 1. So as I said, I've seen experienced marketers, and obviously you guys know that I run an advertising agency, and we work primarily with the majority with info product and education businesses. And I've seen so many people have a lot of really professional, well-versed marketers don't even know how to do this in ClickFunnels, or don't realize why they're not getting the last URL path that they want. So if you want to go ahead and actually sell your product, you'll go here to Classic Funnel Builder, and you'll just go sell your product, and let's go product launch, give funnel name. I actually did this twice before, glitched out. So let's just go YouTube product test 2. Now at this point, you're going to go here and you're just going to go sales page now this is obviously for the sales page itself. And here you can just kind of choose any sales page you want, like VSL traditional. You just select this template, and once again, this will be your actual sales page, okay? This will be your sales page. Now, your sales page is not where people actually order and you collect their payment information. When someone orders, they're gonna go to the order form. So here you choose order form, right? And you just pick out of one of the many options, just, this template right here looks good. Now you can see this will be your order form. Now, all you have to do to make this look good and aesthetic is just literally follow the other steps. Once again, you want to remove the made with ClickFunnels. You want to go ahead and make this your own using the knowledge that you've already acquired. But before we can start selling products, right, we have to do two things. So before we can start selling, we're going to have to come up here to account settings. Okay, we're going to have to go down to payment gateways, and you're going to add a new payment gateway. So you've got a couple options here. You've got Infusionsoft, you've got Stripe, ClickBank, Warrior Plus, Recurly, PayPal. I think really the two most popular are PayPal and Stripe. To be honest, the easiest one to set up by far is Stripe. So all you're gonna have to do here is go Stripe. Now, I've already set up my Stripe and whatnot, so I'm not gonna go ahead and do that again. But really, really easy to set up your Stripe. It's kind of the same way as an email, the way you set up your email with API and whatnot, with the API key. So you set that up. Now, once you set that up, that allows you to come here, and I don't know if you guys notice on the other pages, like opt-in pages, etc., you've got overview, automation, and publishing. This time you have products as well. So what you can do is you can come here, you can add product, and here you just choose your integration. So for example, I'll choose Stripe, and here you choose, is it a subscription? Are they paying every single month or every single week, or however you arrange it? Or is it a payment plan, or is it one time? Here I'll choose one time. Now you're gonna go save and next. You're gonna go product details, and let's say I'm just gonna go ahead and call this premium ClickFunnels training. Okay, product price, let's just say I'm gonna call it 99 bucks, 99 USD, and then shipping origin address, billing description. This is all stuff you're gonna wanna put just on their end. As you can see, the billing description, this will appear on your customer's credit card statement alongside your company name that you set in your payment gateway settings. This is just important just for legitimacy purposes, tax purposes, a bunch of other stuff. And then here you can choose, is the bump product. Should this product be the bump on the order page if present? So remember I said, or I think I might have mentioned earlier, that there's one-time offers, people have other bump products. And then here you can also choose, is there a limit to the product quantity? If it's an online program or it's a this or that, then obviously you're gonna want to add a limit. For any of you guys that know me, you guys also know that I have a physical e-commerce fashion brand. So before we got the website developed, we were doing a really scrappy first sort of pre-launch. I did have a maximum quantity, so I actually used a quantity limit on here for that. So we go to the next thing, which is fulfillment email. Okay, should we send a fulfillment email? Now, if you're selling a product, there's a bunch of ways you can actually fulfill it. For some of you guys, that may mean that once they buy it, they enroll into your course on Kajabi or Teachable, or that may mean that they get sent a PDF or this or that. Or the way that I've done it is I always use Zapier, and that just means that when someone purchases, it does some sort of action in wherever we're delivering the product to them. Now, if you want to do this all inside of ClickFunnels, you can do that too with this fulfillment email. So once again, you can go ahead and select this on if they should get a fulfillment email. And then this is also the thank you page or membership page. This is where they go after they've ordered. Now, if you select none, then they're just going to go to the next step of the funnel. Now, here's also follow-up actions. Now, follow-up actions, as I mentioned, just a second ago with Zapier, is this should trigger a follow-up action. So this, you check from your current integrations, and if they've purchased, then it'll trigger the follow-up. All of this has to do with you actually delivering the product or the service, etc., etc. Okay. Now, as I said, if you use Zapier, then you've got basically 101 different avenues and routes you can go. So you do that, and shipping here, you can go ahead and put in your shipping information as well. If once again, if it's a physical product, and if you've done all of that, then boom, return to product list, and now you have a actual product here. And when you go to the order form, this time, when you go to the order form and you go overview, and someone actually clicks on this, they will actually have the option to check premium ClickFunnels training. This is dynamically adjusted to how many products you have, and you can have multiple products. Okay, so you can see right there that works now. And if someone puts in their information, their card information, etc., take their payment. And once again, it depends on whether you use Stripe or PayPal. I'd say Stripe is definitely the easiest to set up. If they purchase, you will receive money on your Stripe, and it's as simple as that. So now one last thing that I want to go ahead and show you, and I mentioned this earlier, is the pixel code. Now, remember when we opened up the specific pages, you went into settings and it had like the custom CSS. I literally used to do this when I first got started. I would take my Facebook pixel code, and I just looked up an example Facebook code, and this is your Facebook pixel code, and I would literally take this, I'd copy this, and I'd paste it into every single step of my funnel, and there was just no need for that whatsoever. So instead, what I do now is I take that pixel code, I copy paste it, and I just paste it into this body tracking code, and you can see funnel wide tracking codes for the body tag. I just paste it in there, I press save and update settings, and that's it. It's done. No matter if I have 3 funnel steps or 30 funnel steps, it will apply on every single one. And I laugh at myself looking back now when I first got started with ClickFunnels, literally taking this code and applying it on every single funnel page. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it. 0 to hero with ClickFunnels. I hope you guys found value from this. As I said, there may have been aspects of this that you may have already known, but what's obvious to you is amazing to others, and just remember that. And there's some of you guys who literally just got ClickFunnels like yesterday, or were thinking of getting ClickFunnels. In my opinion, it's the holy grail of marketing. There is no better tool out there. There's no tool that has made my life easier as a marketer, and in fact has made me more money as a marketer than ClickFunnels. So as I said, now you kind of have 2 options. You can go to clickfunnels.com and get the 14-day free trial, or going back to my computer, you can get the 14-day free trial as mentioned. But if you use my affiliate code and you try out for 2 weeks, and I'm telling you, you're gonna fall in love with this damn thing. By the end, you'll be a proud paying ClickFunnels customer. And all you have to do at that point is just send a receipt to support@growyouragency.com. We'll just check your validity, and we'll go ahead and get you over $600 worth of free bonuses for something that you literally would have gotten anyways. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, go ahead and smash that like button. If you have any questions whatsoever, just leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to try and respond to every single one. Go ahead, pick up ClickFunnels, and in 2 weeks, me and my team are excited to send you over your $700 worth of free gifts.
Okay. So if you refuse me for working with someone else on a couple of V's, what do you really think of the nigga that's making your beats?